20. That only lasts.
Hello and welcome to this joint Talking Tennis and Tennis Asia coverage of the Billie Jean King Cup tie between Japan and Romania. Here we are in the latter stages at the moment. This is already underway, so we've already had a first match that was against Noah Habino and Anna Bogdan. Bogdan came through that in straight sets, 6-2, 6-4. But now we've got Ena Shibahara taking on Jaqueline Cristian. So Ena Shibahara has to essentially save Japan here by winning this result. And if she can do that, it will go to the doubles tie later on. But so Ena Shibahara is basically this year, she's finding herself in as the number one singles player here in this Billie Jean King Cup tie, which is quite a progress for her because, you know, before this year she was primarily a doubles player, but one of the top double players in the world. She reached as high as number 4 alongside her partner Aoyama. They're just getting going now, but she's stepped up into what to concentrate on her singles this year, and she's come from outside the top 500 and worked her way up. Now she's at 135 in the rankings. I've no doubt that she can go somewhat higher, and it's the captain Ai Sugiyama has put faith in her here by choosing her to take on Jaqueline Cristian. Because Japan do have a higher ranked, their number one player, who is in the Morioka Ichijima. She's ranked 56, but she was not chosen to take part here. So, although she is with them in the team, it's just starting off now. My stream, I don't think is it's probably a bit behind, but it's a good start for Japan. Shibahara has got up to a 30-love lead on my screen. And it's at 30-15 now after she fails to put the return over the net. And so this year has been an exceptional year for Shibahara, just stepping into the singles game, because she started off with just like 2 back-to-back semi-finals in an ITF 50 and 60K, which is pretty impressive. And then not long after that, she won her 35K ITF title, and she hasn't won any other titles apart from that, but she did finish runner-up at 100 in Japan in April, and 75 in the US just in September. And then she also qualified for the US Open for the first time, so that was huge to come through qualies. And then I think she came through Daria Sabo in the first round, so she won the first round match at the US Open. And I was actually at that match where she qualified, the final qualifying match. And there's some clips of that on the Tennis Asia channels from that time. You could probably find that if you want to look it up. And it's a pretty interesting start here. We've already got some pressure from Jaqueline Cristian, who, of course, is a much more experienced player on the singles circuit. And we're at deuce now. And Jaqueline Cristian is a pretty big player. She's got good power herself. She has not had the best year, but she recently beat Barbara Krejcikova in Beijing. And that was good servant there, which gives Japan the advantage in a Shibahara. Shibahara as well is another player who actually as well came through the US college system. She represents Japan, but I think she's grew up in the US, and I think from California. But I think I saw earlier that she was saying that it was her dream to do this, to represent Japan here at the Billie Jean King Cup. So she's going to be really motivated to do well here. And it's a little bit of a strange atmosphere as well. We've got, you know, it's not quite a full stadium or anything, but in Malaga, but we do have some boisterous fans there for Japan and Romania. So Jaqueline, Cristian. My stream is way too far behind, unfortunately, compared to the score there too. And that was a great return, step 10 by Shibahara. She looks fired up. She smiles there, relaxed. And that's, you know, very much a player that's, you know, she's had a good year and she's enjoying herself. That's what it looks like. Japan as well actually have incredible doubles options, because and that's just Shibahara's going up 30 love there, or yeah, on the Cristian serve. I can see it though, it's 15-40 there, 2 points ahead it seems. But it's a good serve there to bring it to 15-34, Jaqueline, Cristian. She does have power. Yeah, but as I was saying, with Japan, obviously Shibahara played doubles herself with her doubles partner, who Aoyama, who will be playing in the doubles in the final match if it does go to that. At the moment, she is down to play that. Yeah, we got 15-40. Yeah, so yeah, Shibahara obviously can play doubles if she needs to. I mean, if they get through, you know, it's an option for them if they do need it. But yeah, Aoyama's been playing alongside Eri Hasumi, they just won the Japan Open. It was a WTA 500 title. So that's obviously big. And they actually played against Shibahara and Laura Siegmund in the final. And yeah, so there's that. And then Mayuka Ichijima, who hasn't been selected for the singles, but she is primarily a singles player. She actually got to the final and won recently. She won the 250 title recently, WTA 250. So, yeah, obviously another player that, you know, she can perhaps come into doubles if they really needed. But yeah, they've got some options there, but not as clear cut with the singles players to choose. But certainly this year, given how well Shibahara has played, it's not too surprising that she's been selected. And that's that forehand. It's very effective, the forehand, but this rally, oh, that was well brought back by Cristian. And yeah, Shibahara had to scramble back and then ended up hitting the ball long. So we're at juice here, and tricky spot here for Cristian, but she seems to be up for it. She's up for it for sure. And I know that we sometimes there's a lot of criticism of the way that these team events have gone, having the finals, you know, in just one location without the home and away format. Yeah, and we've got a really nice return there from Shibahara. Excellent. And that forehand is going to be important for her today. It's a good shape on the forehand, and she can hit it well. And Shibahara went big on that backhand, but it's been brought back to deuce.
Showing that she has to go maybe with a little bit of spin from the first serve.
And this is, of course, a knockout round. So this first round, whoever wins this will go through to the quarterfinals and will play Italy, which will be a difficult tie. But Jaqueline Cristian is holding on here, and she's brought it up to advantage. So second serve here for Jaqueline Cristian, and yeah, Shibahara stepping in. Really nice backhand cross-court return. Jaqueline Cristian gets the ball back, but Shibahara follows it up with a really nice forehand inside out right into the corner. And yeah, obviously Billie Jean King Cup used to be Fed Cup and Davis Cup as well. Yes, maybe not the same as what it used to be, but I mean, for the players, they're always really fired up for it, and they really enjoy playing in these atmospheres. And it's still some of the most exciting matches you see are in these tournaments. Yeah, and of course it's I mean it's big lot on the line, knockout phase.
With that right knee, Cristian. She has a tape on it around her knee, but not now.
It's a very long game here. Oh, she set it up so well, Shibahara. Big on the backhand into the corner, allowed her to come into the net, and she went big with the forehand drive volley, but she put it long. So of course you'd expect her to be pretty good at the net, given her doubles experience. But yeah, perhaps getting a little bit too excited there. And it's 1-0. Just the 2 games played, but yeah, taking a while that second game. To Shibahara to serve for Japan now. Yeah, and it's a bit of a shame for Japan as well, missing Naomi Osaka. I just feel like Naomi Osaka was just starting to get something going, and then she got injured during that Asian swing, so a bit of a shame for her, shame for Japan as well. I mean, I'm sure they'd love to have her available, but yeah, that was a wild return there from Jaqueline Cristian, sending it long. So Japan leads 30-15 at 1-0. You may remember Shibahara from her first, if you watched the WTA Tour, her first WTA appearance this year was in Nottingham in Great Britain. She qualified, came through qualies, and she played Emma Raducanu. She lost the first set 6-1, and the second set she lost in straight sets. Second set was 6-4 to Raducanu, but she definitely gave Raducanu a bit of a scare there. She started to fight back, but it was clear, that she has a game to do well in singles. And that was the serve out wide from Shibahara that is returned out by Cristian. So Japan lead 2-1 early in this Billie Jean King Cup. Round of 16 tie. Yeah, and Shibahara going on to qualify at the 250 in Prague. And then she got a first round win that time against Tamara Korpasz in 3 sets before falling against Seidel in the round of 16. And yeah, subsequently coming through US Open qualifying against Savatska, Fran Jones, Ariane Hartono, and then beating Daria Savo in the first round. But then she had to come up against Iga Świątek in the round of 64 at US Open. It didn't go well. She only got 1 game, but hey, it's not the first player that Świątek has destroyed. So, but yeah, still going on after that. She managed to qualify and win the first round match against, in Guadalajara in Mexico in the WTA 500, and then fell in 2 tight sets to Caroline Garcia. So yeah, a lot to sort of be happy about with her for her first proper year on the singles circuit. So yeah, and Jaqueline Cristian though, but she did have that win against Barbora Krejcikova. I mean, that was her first top 10 win just recently. And coming from, she got breadsticked in the first set. She came back to win that. Pretty surprising, but then she lost, fairly decisively against Mukova, Krejcikova's compatriot, in the round after that, I think. So, yeah, it's tough out there. Yeah, she hasn't had the best year, but she's also, I mean, it was just about a year ago she reached her first 100 final, although she did lose to Tomova. She has never won a WTA title. Well, she did finish runner-up in Linz, Austria, losing out to Alison Risk in 2021. She's up here, 30 love. Powerful serve. Brings it to 40 love, yeah. So Shibahara and Jaqueline Cristian.
63. Just dropped down to 59 by the Romania.
And it looks like it could be a love hold here. Oh, no. That serve goes into the net, so it will be a second serve here at 40 love. Yeah, and that was a good second serve, quite big down the middle into the body. Shibahara couldn't really react to that at all. So yeah, good love hold, and we're back at 2-2 in this match.
Under pressure in her first service game, not so there.
No, there is no rhythm yet to this match.
Cristian did not get hold of the return, and she was chasing shadows from that point on.
Shibahara coming in then again with the drive volley and confidently put away.
Shibahara, look at that length on the
Big forehand deep and stepping in there to hit home the volley.
One from two behind the second serve now. The serve is doing all of the heavy lifting right now.
Your phone in your left hand. Yes, please. Thank you.
So yeah, whoever comes through this, either Japan or Romania, they will have to go through and play Italy. The Italian team consisting of Martina Trevisan, Sara Errani, Lucia Bronzetti, Elisabetta Cocciaretto, and of course, Jasmine Paolini, who's current number 4 in the world, 4th best player this year. So amazing year she had with the 2 Slam finals. Oh, and Shibahara just sending that backhand long, so it's at 30 all. It's going to be, feels like a tight match. It might stay a tight match, this one. Talking tennis, John's asking, but how big is tennis in Japan? It's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, I think clearly it's pretty big. It's been bigger there for longer, and they've had more Japanese players. They've had a lot of Japanese players down the years. I mean, none of them so big as, you know. I mean, obviously we've had Nishikori, but he's still like a massive star in Japan. And I do think you get the impression that the Japanese players, they do get good following. Even Taro Daniel, I think, like it's a player I saw recently, the Seoul Challenger. I think he does have get good support from the Japanese fans as well. And I think maybe the difference I noticed from here in Korea, which is that nowadays you're starting to see a lot of younger people when you go to the tennis matches, which is, I mean, it was a nice thing when you go to the, maybe like a wider spread of ages, whereas like I remember going to the Tokyo ATP, and I mean, there's still like a lot of older people. I mean, that's sort of there's a sort of stereotype with tennis. I mean, you get a lot of older people watching in the crowd sometimes. I guess sometimes they're the only ones that have got like time off during the week, but yeah, it's been still, I think it's pretty popular in Japan, but I know that they have the other sports like obviously football, as in soccer, and baseball's big, very big there. Hi, Ghosty. Yeah, Aoi Ito, she's not in the Japanese squad, but yeah, she is a player that I do like, and we've talked about her on our podcast, and I've watched her play. And funnily enough, the first time I ever saw her was I didn't go, but someone I know went to the ITF event in Korea, an ITF event, and she played there. And I just saw some of the footage. She took a video, and I thought, yeah, she's got a quirky style, but I kind of wondered if it's going to be workable at this sort of high levels. And then she did well in the WTA event recently in Japan, and got some good wins. Yeah, she's definitely got a really interesting style. Likes to mix it up, a lot of slice, but a lot of moon balls as well. But then she can sort of get that easy power as well sometimes, especially on the backhand side. And yeah, she's just kind of awkward likes to hit those little drop shots as well sometimes. I think she's a bit of a nightmare for some players, but Shibahara's having difficulty trying to get through this one. Back to deuce.
And it's interesting how late is her preparation for the forehand side. Again, really tough to read.
Ghosty, are you able to actually, have you got this? Are you watching this? Are you able to watch it? Oh, the little drop shot there from Shibahara. And Cristian unable to get there in time. I think maybe took her by surprise a little there.
Closed out so confidently by Shibahara. So finding the real test and the first real test.
Yeah, that's Shibahara does eventually hold, so it's 3-2 and good hold. She seems very fired up, but smiling and relaxed.
Players are very fantastic, haven't they, on serve so far?
Yeah. Ito, I think she actually just recently got to the final in an ITF. She just played like an ITF event recently, but unfortunately she had to retire. I think she was injured in the second set. But yeah, perhaps she can get into the squad like later in her career. If she gets up the rankings a bit more, get a bit more experience. Diego Forlan. How did that come about? Well, he did. I didn't see the match. I just saw some of the highlights of that. But Diego Forlan, obviously, a lot of people there in his home of Uruguay, excited to see him. Obviously, like a legend for Uruguay. But ended up being 6-1, 6-2, wasn't it? They lost. Yeah, that's really nice point there from Cristian. Big shots into the corners and Shibahara scrambling, but cannot keep up. Yeah, Diego Forlan at least did better than Paolo Maldini. I think he lost 6-1, 6-1, the two breadsticks. So that was like 6 years ago or something, when 6 or 7 years ago, when Paolo Maldini, now he is a real legend, even more so than Diego Forlan. Oh. So good. She's scrambling well, making some balls. It's enough to win that point there win the point for Japan. So 15-30 on the Cristian serve, and this could be a very crucial point. Good serve, but it's Shibahara does get her racket onto it, but it goes long the return, so we're at 30 all, although it's now 40-30 according to the screen there.
it's like she's pushing a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for Shibahara
And it is a right leg
because Cristian does have a good serve.
longer points against Cristian.
Yeah, so it is 3-all. And this is quite a tight match. The Japanese captain is Ai Sugiyama, by the way, who you may remember, former top 10 player, but like about 10 years ago. Or sorry, I should say 20 years ago, not 10 years ago. Yeah, it's been a long time. Ai Sugiyama was a quarterfinalist at the Australian Open and Wimbledon. That was a double fault there from Shibahara to bring it to love 15. So oh yes, I've just seen there on the tweet from Russell Fuller regarding there was a rain. So there was one tie that was postponed, and actually this tie was supposed to start 2 hours earlier today, but due to that delay, due to all the rain that they've had down there, we started at about midday local time. But as Shibahara sends that forehand long, and that means that she's at love 30 on her own serve. And she sends that first serve long, so it's going to be a second serve. Pressure here now for Japan. There's an extended rally here, but it is Cristian who just goes really big on that forehand, just up the middle and sends it long. I mean, I felt like that was an opportunity miss. She was starting to create some pressure there, but she sort of maybe let Shibahara back into this at 15:30, but oh, and that was Shibahara bringing in the drop shot. And she's done that a couple of times now, so she's got that in her game. And Cristian definitely didn't see it coming each time, actually. It was well executed. Yeah, I think Cristian's going to be, ruining the opportunities there. And yeah, Japan's going to take it 4-3. So I think there'll be a bit of pressure now for Cristian going into our next service game, because of course if she loses that, then Shibahara will be able to serve for the first set for Japan. And Shibahara always smiling here.
Feels like there's a
There's also actually ATP finals underway as well. Group stage match between Taylor Fritz and Alex de Minaur. And that's at 3-0 in the first set. Yes, certainly that will be very important. I don't think de Minaur was going to be able to get, well, if he can win that, possibly he can get through, but yeah, if Taylor Fritz can win that, yeah, certainly he'll be in a good position to go through. He's currently at second in the standings in that Elena Stasi group. But back to Billie Jean King Cup. Last 16 tie here. That's a good first serve from Cristian. Wow. Well read there from Shibahara to, yeah, she just guessed the right way and she was able to get a really nice passing shot cross court with a forehand. Yeah, Shibahara, of course, her ranking is 135 in the world, as you can see there on the screen. But she started the year outside the top 500, so she's moved up about 400 places in the rankings. And, I wouldn't be surprised if she was able to push on next season and push up a bit further into the top 100, just like where Cristian is at the moment. Crucial point of the match here. Extended rally. My screen's quite a bit behind, but that was really nicely done from Shibahara to bring it to 30-all. Hi, Sport and Politics. Yes. Yeah, we're streaming here on Talking Tennis and my channel on YouTube, or Tennis Asia TV. And that was a good serve and, good 1-2 from Cristian. And she's going to hold on and bring it to 4-all. So perhaps she would have experienced some pressure there, but but she's come through it well. But yeah, it's been a really tight match, this. I mean, it's hard for me to tell which way it's going to go. Are you able to watch along? Sport and Politics, do you have a stream going? I know it's not on, and it's not always easy to be able to watch these events. I mean, I think, yeah, in some countries it's on, Tennis Channel. Otherwise, you have to look at, maybe the local providers. But here we've got the coverage here. So yeah, it's a good start for Shibahara. Of course, you're in the UK there. Yeah, Great Britain will be competing as well, and hopefully want to do well. And return of Emma Raducanu as well. Japan's the only team from Asia in this, Billie Jean King Cup finals. Drags it wide there from Shibahara. A little bit sloppy there, but it looks like, good 1-2 from Shibahara. Yeah, Emma Raducanu making a return to tennis with the British team here. Yeah, it's always just been a little bit stop-start for Emma in her career. She's had the injury issues, and I mean, she didn't play some tournaments as well, and maybe she's got some criticism for sort of not playing enough as well. But when she does play, obviously she's got a good level. Yeah, it's just hard to say which way this is going to go in this particular tie, Japan against Romania. Oh, that was a good serve, but the follow-up there from Shibahara was sent way long. But sorry, my stream is like 2 points behind the score on the screen there. Yeah, it's like perhaps even more than 2 points. Hi, Brazy. Yeah, I mean, they really need to work that out. Oh, and that was good serve out wide, and Shibahara wrong footing Cristian by going back in behind there. It was really nicely placed, and she looks confident. And I would suggest Shibahara's got looking a bit more of a bit more options in her game, although she doesn't have the power that Cristian does. Just the raw power, but I believe it is on Tennis Channel, Brazy, but I don't know if there's a difference between the streaming and like the actual TV channel, but Tennis Channel definitely has the rights for that. Yeah, there's Shibahara there, fulfilling her dream, her family dream with the trip to Malaga. Yeah, it's long been her goal to compete in the Billie Jean King Cup finals. Yeah, and her selection for Japan is giving her a chance to take center stage. Of course, Brazy, you're from the US, and Shibahara's actually grown up. I don't know where in the US you're from, but she grew up in California. I think she also played for the university there, maybe UCLA, before she stepped into professional tennis. Became a top doubles player, got to number 4 in the world alongside her Japanese doubles partner Shuko Aoyama. But from this year, they haven't really played together because Shibahara is actually concentrated on her singles career, and she's done very well. Hence, how she's playing here as the top singles player, despite the fact that we've got Uchijima, who's ranked 54 in the world, also in the team. But I think it's also Uchijima's more of a clay. That's where she's excelled most, I think. And the results of late hasn't been too good since she moved on to the WTA tour, whereas I think Shibahara's had some pretty impressive results of late. of tight moments here. That was a good return. Again, on the forehand side from Shibahara to bring it to 15-30 on the Cristian serve. So perhaps a little chance here for Japan. 15-30 is always such a huge point, of course, you know, so either go to 30-all or 15-40. You'd have those 2 break points. So and it's going to be a second serve at 15-30 here on the Cristian serve. Oh, Shibahara sends the backhand return into the net. So we're at 30-all. I think Shibahara would want that one back for sure, but Breezy, you said you went to Amazon Prime? Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess it's different countries, different rights, agreements. I think in the UK, the tennis channel is covering this match and all the Billie Jean King Cup ties. And it's 40-30. Shibahara sending that one long, so it's just very, very tight. And as I said before, I'm not sure which way this is going to go, and I'm still sort of feeling like that. Yes, Brazy, there's so many platforms in general, isn't it? If you want to watch sports, it gets a bit crazy sometimes. But that was a nicely constructed point, and Shibahara steps in and finishes off with a little volley on the backhand side, and yeah, if you're into sports, I mean, or whatever you're into, I mean, there's so many streaming services. Like, if you want to watch what you're into, then you maybe have like 5 different, you know, subscriptions just for that, and it gets a little bit crazy. Wow, so that was a decent enough return, but then Cristian sends the ball into the net, and it is a set point for Japan. Oh, that was a great forehand cross court, and yes, Shibahara steps in and finishes the volley, drive volley to the net. She's done that a few times. Yeah, Brazy. And defying the stereotypes that she's just a doubles specialist. Well, I mean, I've already talked about before that, you know, she's just decided to concentrate in singles and probably thought, hey, I think I can do this. And, you know, she's shot up the rankings from 400 spots to getting near the top 100 and qualified for the US Open for the first time and even won the first round match. So pretty impressive. And yeah, clearly not just a double specialist. She's got game, and yeah, she takes that first set 6-4, and perhaps she's going to keep Japan in this tie because yeah, already Japan lost that first tie to Anna. It was Nao Hibino who lost 6-2, 6-4 to Anna Bogdan, and yeah, and I think if it does go through to that, I would maybe perhaps favor Japan just for the fact that they have that doubles pairing of Hazumi and Aoyama, who are sort of, they come together more in the latter half of the season, and they've obviously hit form just at the right time. I mean, having won the Japan Open, it was a WTA 500 event, just before this, is obviously bodes well. And also, yeah, they didn't win in Hong Kong, but they were the runners up. But yeah, they're obviously playing well. And we're back in the second set. 15-love to Shibahara. The streets of Tokyo will be going wild right now. I don't know about that, but if they get to the final, maybe. And boy, that would be quite something. I mean, what would either of these teams have to do to get through? They'd have to play Italy in the quarterfinal, and then they'd have to play possibly Czechia in the semi-final, or perhaps Spain, maybe. But it seems almost a mission impossible. But who knows? Perhaps Shibahara can work her magic. She starts off here with a good service game, pretty straightforward.
So far, it is a dream, and not a nightmare. And this sport can certainly give you a really weight.
Yeah, good, easy hold. I mean, Cristian's got the power though, but she's sometimes goes a little bit too crazy. I have to, she's a little bit wild.
Remains intact so far in the contest, but what she's really done well, and you spotted it at the end of the opening set, is the aggression and the position that she's taking.
You mean an all-round really good singles and doubles player, you recall? I mean, there's been more, for sure, on yeah, Martina. I was going to say, yeah, Johnny Mac was the one that I was thinking of. Yeah, I mean, back when you used to get more singles guys actually playing doubles, yeah, and Johnny Mac was obviously a legend in singles, but yeah, he played a lot of doubles and got right to the top as well. Played with his brother too, and then yeah, less common now, more for the women who do compete a bit more in the doubles, but it's just too hard for the men. Ooh.
Players on the court, so really trained well in those angles.
I mean, how old was Martina when she won her last title? She had a really long career. Yeah, so I mean, Navratilova even won a mixed doubles US Open title in 2006. alongside Bob Bryan, which is pretty remarkable. But
That is the way to deal with that.
shortly before her 50th birthday. I mean, that is just crazy. So 40-30 here for Cristian. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Shibahara. Little opportunity there gone. Which of the big three? I don't know. I'd probably go with Rafa or maybe Federer. But Rafa seems to have better sort of doubles instinct. And he said he's shown that he can play well on the doubles.
Devastating angle on that forehand. No backspin from Shibahara. Wrist redirecting the ball so fast. Jaqueline just kept chasing her. She just couldn't get into position.
Oh. Talking about when we're talking about tennis in Japan, obviously we've had a lot of oh dear, sorry, like that's at 30-40 there now for Shibahara. That was a poor drop shot that just really badly executed, goes into the net, and now she's going to face break point early in this second set. And she'll have to, yeah, it looks like she's going to get broken. That was an awful second serve that, yeah, just going long there with the second serve. So early on, we get the break. Jaqueline Cristian gets the break for Romania, and yeah. Because we were talking earlier about how popular tennis is in Japan. I would say it's less popular in China, but it's obviously growing because they've got so many players at the moment doing well. Obviously, Zhang Qinwen, but then we've also got, the men rising, and competing on the ATP tour, which they've never had before. So it's certainly a part of the world that, you know, we could see an explosion in tennis interest depending on how well these players do. But I do actually think that they're going to try and bring the Davis Cup to China, and China is going to get a wild card into it, because they're actually way down in, I think, are they in World Group 2 or World Group 1? But also because they held the Davis Cup finals, one of the group stages, I think, and yeah, they held it in which city was it? It was one of the ones in China, and Zhuhai, I think it was. But I've got a feeling that they want to try and hold the finals. I think that the rules are that they might be able to get a wild card China, which obviously, I mean, they'd have players that would be able to compete, and certainly it would be great for the event, because if it was being held in China, I definitely think it would get a lot of people watching in China. So India, yeah, you're saying Brazil, India should be a much stronger force in tennis. Yeah, I mean, they're still got a lot of doubles players. They've got a lot of players doing well in doubles, but they haven't. Yeah, the singles players are not there. They don't. I mean, in the past they've had players that did well in even in singles, but you know, in the top 20 or even top 10, I think. But like yeah, and we've got Rohan Bapana still competing at the age of 44 in the doubles. He's playing in the ATP finals this week. So, although him and Ebden have not been doing so well of late. But yeah, it would be interesting for sure if there was an Indian player doing well. I mean, in the singles, but yeah, we've not seen that much, certainly on the men's side recently. And although I saw something, it was a young Indian player who was practicing with was it Yannick Sinner or was it Alcaraz? I can't remember. It was one of those two. So I don't know who that kid was, but he was 16 or something. But who knows? Maybe he'll be good in the future. But yeah, I'm not too sure who they've got coming through at the moment. And it's brought here to 40-15 for Jaqueline Cristian. Big serve doing the work. So yeah, it's like, it does feel like, yeah, India does actually have, you know, it's been fairly popular in India tennis. Yeah, Nishesh Basavaredi. Yeah, he is currently representing the US, and I think he's got like a bit of attention from Indian tennis, but yeah, I guess he'll represent the US. I think you're right. So yeah, perhaps going to have to wait a bit longer. That was a hold there from Cristian. So Shibahara. Yeah, got some work to do here, Shibahara.
They've enjoyed everything so far.
Dedicated fans.
Just kept ripping the forehand.
Yeah, and Cristian looking confident now. She's ripping it, and they're going in. Well, it's love 30 on the Shibahara serve, and this looks like it could be. I mean, this would, you're not saying it's set over, but looking very unlikely if they go down a double break here. That was a decent serve out wide though from Shibahara, so
That's the anxiety creeping in, isn't it?
yeah, good serve and follow up from Shibahara, going back behind Cristian into the corner with that forehand into corner, and yeah, that's been effective for her in this match. Oh, and there's a drop shot. It is well executed. Yeah, Cristian got there, but just sends the ball long. So Shibahara can hold here. It's a pretty good one from Love 30. Second serve here for Shibahara. Yeah, the extended exchange there, but eventually Shibahara comes out on top, so it's good hold there. Yeah, keeping it close. I think that was really important. Yeah, and I've just having a look through the junior rankings here. We talk about players from Asia. I mean, I know there's one there, Amir Omarkanov from Kazakhstan. He's 15th in the junior rankings, but he's only 16 years of age. Obviously, that's rather young in the men's game. And unfortunately, I don't see any Indian players at the moment. But who knows what's coming in the future. That's the boys there, but the girls. No, don't see any Indian players, but I do see another Kazakh there in the top 20, the junior rankings. But yeah, so here we are. Cristian to serve again at 3-2. She's up a break in the second set. But Shibahara doing well to stay in it there. She was under a bit of pressure. Oh, and that was a double fault there from Cristian. Good question, Brazy, regarding Lerner Tien's ceiling. Will he be a top 10? Oh, I mean, it's difficult to make these predictions when I mean, he's still so young, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he made it to the top 20. Top 10 is harder for me to predict, but I'd have to see more to make that kind of judgment. But
she chose.
I mean, if we're talking more generally, I mean, there's American players that have done very well at the junior level, and maybe like, sorry, when not the junior level, at the challenger levels, and maybe sort of, there's been expectation and it's not quite turned out the way we expected, but love 30 here on the Cristian serve. No, it's a 15-30 after the failure of the return. So obviously, I mean, he seems extremely talented, Tien, but yeah, I mean, also the thing is like top 20, top 10. I mean, top 10, if you reach the top 10 at some point in your career, there's a difference between that and actually being a sort of regular top 10 player. And that's harder to predict, but and that was a really nice executed backhand drop shot from the baseline by Shibahara, and it's been working well for her in this match. More often than not, those have been doing well. So she's got 2 break points. 15-40. Oh, a good serve out wide. It cannot be returned. So Cristian brings it back to 30-40. So second serve here. And it's that forehand into the corner again, which just gives her the space and time to step in and take that volley. And Shibahara has been so good for her. She breaks back.
I love to see that no hesitation from Shibahara. Just going for it, playing bold.
Yeah, I think Brazy, you're right. At minimum, he'll be top 50. Yeah, that's probably fairly certain. But I think Leonard Tien, he also is not the tallest, is he? Tien, which I mean, it's you get guys that of that height that do very well, but when it comes to winning the biggest titles, that is a hindrance, and that's going to be difficult. Paradorn, yes, Paradorn Srisha he was from Thailand, yeah. He cracked the top 10. I do remember him because I think the first time I actually became aware of him was when he beat Agassi at Wimbledon, which was really massive. And that basically, he had a really good year or so around that time, and he became really popular in Thailand. And I think he reached the top 10, but yeah, it's an example of a guy, yeah, who reached the top 10, but maybe, you wouldn't say, he wasn't a regular top 10 player, but perhaps maybe a little bit of an underachiever. I know he had some injuries and stuff, so he had some good moments. He had an interesting offensive style. But that was a good hold, a simple hold for Shibahara, and she's up 4-3. Looking good for Team Japan. Paradorn. I remember Paradorn was even popular enough that they had I mean, I think this was like a fake, it wasn't like an official product, but there was they were making like Paradorn Shrishapan like action figures in I guess in Thailand or something. But yeah, someone posted an old one, a Paradorn action figure that they had. It was on like a Reddit thread or something. I thought it was really funny. Paradorn actually, yeah, he's got his own school in Bangkok. Yeah, he's a training academy, and I think he's like some of the young one of the young Thai players on the women's side, Tara Rudy. She's a product uh, of his academy, I think. So yeah.
I love to exchange with one of the little rescue this morning at breakfast. When you saw her, we said hello to each other. And do you remember what you said?
I have a nerve tick when I see it.
Oh, it's an engaging match, but that was a lovely rally. Finished off with that forehand up the line again from Shibahara. Forehand winner. She likes that.
So comfortable taking that ball on almost at shoulder height.
Yeah, and I think Paradorn with that style, he would probably have struggled like in today's sort of tennis, because I think a lot of players would,
Forcing the issue.
yeah, they'd
We should explain that's probably
take him
the first
out.
time you've seen one of the little rescues since that defeat against Romania earlier this year.
Even though she wasn't on the team that time, that's what she told me, but I didn't care.
And you said every time I see you, I have a heart attack. I remember that match. That tie.
Twenty 2015.
Absolutely. On the money again.
Again, that forehand, the winner from Shibahara to bring it to 30 all.
Beautiful speed stuff. Moving forward is the ball.
What's going on for Romania and Cristian now? She was found it for the
Yeah, chip return going wide there from Shibahara. So game point now for Romania. Hesitating here with the service motion, Jaqueline Cristian, but she goes now for it. She have to take it again. Yeah, how would Roddick do in today's game is a good question. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's hard to compare because, I mean, if he was actually playing in today's game, or if he came through, the age he did, he would obviously have played a bit differently. Perhaps, though, he would be serving even bigger. which would obviously give him some chance, but I'm not sure that he would hold up as well in terms of just the way players hit so hard and they grind it out from the baseline now. It's just like, yeah. He'd still have his chances though at Wimbledon. Oh. Yeah, it's even here. And yeah, now that we're back on serve, it's starting to feel like it did for much of that first first set. It was very tight. But we're at 30-15 for Shibahara. Oh. Yeah, so that was that error there going long from Shibahara. So it's at 40 all, 30 all, at 4 all. Yeah, there's serve out wide, but you know, Cristian had that return and just sends it, you know, just absolutely wild way long, but she'll feel that was an opportunity missed. And that was a good serve there from Shibahara. So she holds on, it's 5-4. And Cristian will have to serve for Romania to stay in this match. Just going to take a quick break just at the moment.
Ready? Play.
Yannick Sinner's beating somebody. Who's he beating tomorrow? Daniel Medvedev is who he's beating tomorrow. Well, is he beating Daniel Medvedev for sure tomorrow?
I definitely give Daniel a better chance than he had kind of previously in, let's say, you know, Shanghai or even the Riyadh exhibition, if you want to kind of treat it seriously for a moment. Just because even if the entire season, you know, he's been spending a lot, like, you know, he hasn't been able to practice his serve as well as before and everything. I think actually this aspect of his game has been looking really good in Turin, even in the match against De Minaur. So that's good. And this just makes matches closer. Maybe if he's going to play that like super aggressive version of his game against Yannick again, or at least try, because so far he's been mostly, you know, trying to pull it off and unable to. Maybe this court will also help him out a little bit. I don't know. I think the Daniil that we saw in the second match against Alex de Minaur is definitely capable of still pushing Yannick on a court like this. I don't know if it will actually happen. Obviously, still the more likely outcome is just Sinner dominating that. But I would be surprised if it's like Shanghai. You know, if it's to that extent, it just doesn't really feel possible with the way that Dani was serving, even if in the loss to Fritz.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
All right. And we're back. And yeah, it's 30 love to Romania. Yeah, Jaqueline Cristian getting to 30 love, serving to stay in this match at 4-5. To be a second serve. Oh, and it goes into the net, double fault. Tense moments here for sure. Oh, that was a great ace down the tee from Cristian. Yeah, and another unreturned serve. So, yeah, Cristian holds on, and we're at 5-0, and it's really looking really tight again. And I feel like this set could go either way. Perhaps we're going to get a tiebreak this time. So 15 love. I mean, Cristian had done so well there, but she sent that forehand wide. Oh, that was so close, like a millimeter wide. But yeah, so Shibahara's up 30 love. Yeah, second serve for Shibahara, 30-15. It is returned hard, but oh, and it ends up being finished off with a lovely lob over Cristian there from Shibahara. So that was excellent. 40-15. Yeah, she's got good variety in her game, Shibahara. But she does have a really nice game, doesn't she? Brazy there is agreeing with me. I mean, that forehand though has been so good. And then yeah, she's got that ability to just take it out the drive volley out the. She's really confident doing that. Yeah, the Shibahara, she's not got massive weapons, not like Cristian, but I mean that's a really solid forehand, I would say, and she's got the ability to at the net. Serve is okay. She's got craftiness in her game with the drop shots, the slices, so she's got a bit more variety there. Suggs is saying, "Come on, Cristian." Well, Cristian will have to serve to stay in the match here and bring it to a tiebreak. And perhaps if it does go to a tiebreak, does that favour Cristian a little bit more? She's got that bigger serve. I mean, it just could come down to a few points. So yeah, I think it does look like that. We're going again. So Cristian to serve. It's into the net, so it'll be a second serve. And yeah, Shibahara got there, but yeah, just well wide that return, and it's 15-love. That return was on the backhand side from Shibahara, just scooped deep onto near the baseline, and that was enough to bring the error from Jaqueline Cristian. So it's at 15-all, and these are tight moments here. I'm sure Shibahara would absolutely love to take this 7-5 rather than go to a tiebreak. And there's that slice from Shibahara. And Cristian snatches at it and it goes into the net. So that variety coming in there to play again. Shibahara's got really positive body language here. She looks really up for it. I mean, she has all match, but relaxed and maybe a bit more tension now, though. So 15-30 here. Cristian serving. That's a good first serve. It's returned. We're in the rally. Oh, that was a big forehand deep. I thought it might have gone long, but it was on the baseline. And it draws the error from Shibahara, who sends her forehand long. So that was good play there from Cristian. Yeah, and perhaps Cristian, if she can take it to a tiebreak. Could be hers. But she will have to do a second, have to take a second serve here at 30 all. Oh, yeah. Backhand error there from Shibahara. So game point for Romania, and looks like we might get, it looks like we're going into that tie break. Don't know if I can make my stream go any further, but yeah, it's a little bit behind, unfortunately. And yeah, the power, just getting it done there for Cristian. So Shibahara to start off the tie break. Yeah, good serve, and follows up with a good forehand again from Shibahara. Yeah, Ruse is a player I've seen a bit as well. Yeah, she's a tough player, and yeah, it's got a decent spread of players, Romania. Oh, yeah, and it's just Shibahara's struggling a bit to handle the pace that's coming at her from Cristian. She's just getting a lot of balls deep near the baseline, so yeah, and it's just forcing a lot of errors. Wow. Shibahara just whipping the forehand crosscourt there. Really, I mean, taking a bit of risk there, but it drops in. That was getting close to the line there. Let's see that again. We're going to see the replay. Getting that over, getting over the ball. It's quite high there. She's whipping a lot of whip on her forehand, and it drops onto the baseline. That was quite impressive. Oh no! So she ended up opting for the backhand drop shot there, Shibahara, but that was poorly done, and Cristian got there and plenty of time to finish it off and put away the winner. So yeah, she's going to regret that. That's it at 2-all in the tie break. 2-all in the tie break. So yeah, the first serve went in. We're in an extended rally now. Oh, that was nice again. The forehand again. She decided to sort of take it early there, and it went up deep up the line onto the baseline, and Cristian with the error. So we're on serve in this tie break. It's now Jaqueline Cristian to serve at 2-3. So So first serve is returned. Oh, again, that was a little bit of injection of pace with the forehand cross cut from Shibahara, and yeah, Cristian can't get it over the net, so yeah, she gets the mini break. Shibahara 4-2, and now they'll change ends. So yeah, 2-4 on the Cristian serve. And that's it, just stepping up Shibahara here, and that's often what you need to do. Maybe step up a bit, take those chances, because perhaps yeah, Cristian's got the bigger serve here. She can, oh, but it goes into the net, so it's going to be a second serve. Oh, yeah, that's Cristian's forehand just going long. She went big there, but that's an error there. So 5-2 to Shibahara, and that is a great position now. She can serve it out on her own serve, Shibahara, and not only will that be the match for her, it would keep Japan in the tie, with Romania having won that first singles match. Bogdan defeating Nauhabino. Second serve though for Shibahara. And that's a big return, but it goes long. And now we have 4 match points for Japan. Shibahara serving. 6-2. It's a good serve. And the return goes long. Shibahara has done it. She's kept Japan in this tie. She wins 6-4, 7-6. And obviously Cristian is upset. I mean, yeah, I do think that was a deserved victory in the end for Shibahara. She was a gutsy performance, and she was mixing it up well, and yeah, very impressive, especially the forehand and a lot of those few drop shots. Although there's that one that went wrong towards the end of that set, but in the end, Shibahara comes through, and great for Japan to keep them in this, and it will go to the doubles to decide this tie, and that doubles is going to be, I believe it's between Aoyama and if I just get the tie up. But yeah, it was gutsy stuff there from Shibahara. So yeah, Aoyama Hazumi against Niculescu and Elena Gabriela Ruiz. At the moment, that's what's down. So yeah, interesting one. Niculescu does play a lot of doubles, and Aoyama and Hazumi doubles pairing that have, you know, in the latter half of this year, they've done very well, having won that title in Japan, the big one, 500. So yeah, it makes it very interesting. I mean, if you look at the stats here, oh, it's gone now. Sorry. So yeah, good performance from Shibahara, and yeah, she continues to impress in the singles game, having been a top doubles player as high as 4 in the world on the doubles circuit, and won. I think she was Australian Open finalist, and then in the doubles, and won, you know, WTA 1000 titles. Now stepping in bravely to concentrate on her singles career, moving up from outside the top 500 way up to the top, near the top 100, and yeah. And we've got some stats there, though unfortunately it's in German. I think those are the serve percentages there, but
I can tell you some of these stats, by the way. Just a second. Yeah, so basically 3 aces for Shibahara to the 2 of Cristian. I'm not sure if that was that influential. In fact, there was actually 5 double faults off the racket of the Japanese compared to her 3 from her Romanian opponent. Just see if anything stands out in particular. It looks really like at the rest of the stats that she was just marginally better in each category. So, for example, just a couple more points won on her first serve than Cristian, and a few more as well on the second. So it's one of those really where she was just, I think on the big points as well. I mean, the tie break, obviously more than anything else. I mean, I didn't see the tie break, but I mean, winning that 7-2, was it a collapse from Cristian?
Well, maybe, yeah, she it came from some of her errors, but I think also it was her, Shibahara stepping up with, some of those points she won with that forehand, which was, she took the risk, going big on those forehands into the corner, and it worked well for her. So, that was her being braver. And I think, when Cristian was down the mini breaks, she was taking risks, but it wasn't going in. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like a collapse, but it's just, I think just Shibahara was a bit better, and she played the important points well. So, yeah, I mean, impressive for her. And yeah, it's going to make that doubles tie interesting, I think.
For the tournament and for the tie, etc., of course, going to a third match, it's good. I don't know if they're going to have any problems at all in terms of obviously losing a day yesterday in terms of getting all the matches in. I actually saw that the venue that they're playing at is not, at least this match is not being played at the same place, I think, as the Davis Cup. I mean, it might be the same location, if you know what I mean, same complex, but the big stadium that they use for the big Davis Cup matches, and probably the Billie Jean King Cup final or big matches there too, especially when Spain are involved, I saw these like 10 areas that are set up, which I think they used for practice last year. But anyway, it looks like the weather's much drier now, and I believe actually by tomorrow, because obviously it's not just Malaga in Spain, there's other parts of Spain that have been hit by the rain again, albeit it doesn't seem quite as tragic as it was a couple of weeks ago. So I think they're okay. But anyway, 1-1, and they go to a third match now, the doubles.
Yeah, and that makes it all exciting there for the fans as well who are watching. Yeah, and whoever wins goes through and to play Italy.
Okay.
So chance for you to see more
Last year's finalists, of course. A much, I think, tougher test for whichever team progress, of course, in the face of, Sam, Paolini, et al. And I guess Sara Arani will be playing in the doubles, probably alongside Paolini. Paolini must have played a phenomenal amount of tennis this year, given her deep run, both singles and doubles, but maybe somebody in the live chat can tell us that. But anyway, listen, actually, I think we can bring this to an end. I just want to say a big thank you to you, Eddie. Make sure you check out Tennis Asia TV. Of course, if you are watching on Tennis Asia TV, do check us out as well on Talking Tennis. Like, subscribe, all that other jazz. And I'm sure we'll be crossing paths again soon, Eddie.
Yeah, hopefully.
Cool. And so just a reminder to do this. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.